What is up, my Knights of the Round Table? Welcome back, or welcome to the first behind-the-scenes reaction. I don't do many of these. I think this is like literally the first one I've done and probably will ever do. Actually, no, I'll probably do more Matt stuff. But Matt is like one of the first people I really wanted to see work behind the scenes. Like, I want to see just like what kind of person he is behind the scenes. Like, what the hell does he get up to? So like, I'm really excited to see this.
Welcome to the behind the scenes.
I want to say I called it was a blue screen. I called that shit.
Everybody, it's Righteous, creator of Epic Rap.
Hi, Matt.
Nostalgia, but you already knew that. And today, I'm talking about the production of Shaggy versus Ron. I asked my server what they'd be interested in knowing about the production of my battles, and they gave me a pretty decent list. I won't cover all of them here, because not all of them apply to the production of this, but I will cover most of them. So the first thing I was asked about was the conception of the battle. This is like kind of a long-ish story. So basically, back when I was doing Epic Rap Battles Nostalgia, I wanted to do a
Right, just rap battles.
The matchup I was going to do was Shaggy versus Brock, which Jenny later did for Jenny's Jam and Battles. If you haven't checked that out, there will be a link in the description. It's a pretty good battle, so I would recommend it, especially if you liked this one. And eventually, because I wasn't the biggest fan of that idea myself personally, I didn't think I could pull it off. I didn't think, you know, it would come out.
I love the Nightmare on Elm Street hoodie.
I wanted to do something else. And in the midst of my 4-day Kim Possible binge, I decided, what if I
Jesus, 4 days?
Ron Stoppable versus Shaggy Rocket. So flash forward to about a year or so later, I'm working on Markiplier versus Jacksepticeye, which I enjoyed writing. I had fun with it. And I found out that working independently is a lot less stressful to me than working with a group. So I decided I'm going to work wholly independently now. And so, the first battle I decided to do for the new series that I was going to start independently was Shaggy Rogers versus Ron Stoppable, because it'd be easy, because I know just about all there is to know about both characters. I like both characters enough to be able to pull them off, and it'd be a matchup that nobody would expect from me unless they were in my crew server and remember that one specific interaction. So for the writing was really
I want to say I knew about it for a while.
Extremely well. I know just about all there is to know about Shaggy and Ron.
Not trying to flex.
Binged Impossible in 4 days taught me everything I could possibly need to know. And then I did a song about Ron called Unstoppable, which I did reference in the battle, and I'm fairly certain nobody caught the reference. But if you did, awesome. Thank you. So writing was done in about a couple of days. This is probably going to be the longest battle.
Did I catch it? Did I catch that shit? Matt, did I catch it? It's not. I'm slacking. What the fuck are my old glasses doing over there? What the fuck are they doing?
At least 1v1 battle in this series. There was just a lot to cover for both characters, because, you know, one of them is 50 years old and one of them has a whole lot of actual behind-the-scenes lore that a lot of people probably don't know. And I wanted to cover as much of it as possible without having to do, like, a sequel or, like, you know, cut some jokes. So I made a really long battle for no reason. The audio was a little weird, so obviously I played them both myself. I've played Shaggy before. You all know I've played Shaggy before.
Many a times.
I'm the best Shaggy in the community. It is an honor, but Ron was new to me. I did not know if I could do Ron's voice going into this. I knew I had like a basic impression of Ron, but I didn't know going in that I could do at least a decent Ron. But I did my best. And I figured in the worst case scenario, only me was going to care. Overall, I think my Ron came out pretty good. I ended up recording this battle twice. For both roles, I'm pretty sure. Because I did some small rewrites, and, you know, I wasn't happy with the voice in some places. And I'll probably play a clip of some of the original audio, which is probably going to cut me up. Like, man, you think it's hard to be a sidekick in the background? Try being on the front lines when a monster comes around. I see millions of ghouls that make me want to stop and vomit like that freaky hairless thing you like to carry in your pocket. Hey, don't about, Rufus? When your dog is a doofus like Dr. Drac and I'm ruthless while your whole series is stupid. It's useless to step up to the plate when you're up against the run, man. I saved the world from invasion while you were dropping the ball, man. My only...
I want to say, like, doing that shit's really hard. As somebody that's had to do it, and 3 separate things to them ain't really been released. I am awful. I'm a good writer. I can write my ass off with rap. I'm just not a good rapper. I get tongue-tied way too fucking easily, and I'm not cut out for the machine gun flow because I trip over words. So, like, it's such respect to, like, Matt and other people in the community who can do that shit, like, at the drop of a hat.
Regret is that I didn't save the re-recorded audio separately. So when I got a little bit better at mixing later on down the line, I wasn't able to remix the battle unless I wanted to re-record it again, which couldn't be done because I already recorded all the video. Filming was fun and not. So
editing's a bitch.
Costume later, so I'm not going to tell you anything about that yet, but you'll understand. When I filmed Shaggy, I was so uncomfortable. My feet fucking hurt. And what makes that worse is that after filming the initial Shaggy, I had to put gel in my hair and film the Super Shag bit. After filming Super Shag, I went back, so I didn't have my normal cameraman with me the first time I filmed, which is why some of the footage is a little blurry. But when I went back to do Super Shag, that footage was so blurry that it was straight up unusable.
Damn.
So I had to wake up early the next morning and re-film it. Now, part of me is glad I did that because my hair looked better the second time. But at the same time, I don't think, unless you've done it, you don't realize how uncomfortable it is to hang upside down on your bed for about an hour and a half while your hair stiffens and then stand up and your hair is stiff standing up. So the background. Originally, I was supposed to have someone else.
I used to gel my hair a lot, dude. So, yeah.
The backgrounds. I haven't heard from them in a while, so I made the backgrounds myself. For Ron, I literally just took the Bueno Nacho from the live-action Kim Possible movie and, like, put it on a different background, you know? I put, like, a little sidewalk in front of it in, like, a parking lot. And then, like, the...
I found my toothpaste coin, by the way.
I edited in later. I made, like, minute-long videos for the backgrounds of each of them so that the clouds could move and it wouldn't be a separate layer to make Vegas even slower. For Shaggy's background...
I love the moon.
I took a Waffle House, covered up the part where it says Waffle House and put mulch shop on it. And then, you know, the sidewalk and parking lot. It's not the same image as the sidewalk. Well, it's the same sidewalk. It's not the same parking lot. And then the moving ground. I made these in paint.net, which is not... what that's supposed to be used for, but I can't use Blender or any other, like, 3D software. I can't model. I don't know how to make a good background. I did this...
I can't do any of that shit. I can't do any of it, Matt.
My plan is to try to build up... I don't want a crew for this one, obviously. I want to do this as independently as possible, but I want to build, like, a small crew-esque setup of people that I can call upon to help if needed. So if you're out there... and you're interested in helping epic rap battles and nostalgia...
If I was good at any of it, I'd help you. But I'm terrible all around.
Every now and then, I will ask for help with my battle.
When I do these reactions, I don't do a lot of editing that, like, Chase or JT would, people I've featured on this channel. They do a lot more editing than me. I would be on this desk sobbing if I had to do the shit they had to. I would walk into traffic. Like, just doing what I do now, which is clipping, moving, getting the thumbnail. Like, I'll sometimes get a custom one. Most of the time, it's just like whatever YouTube gives me, and I'll select one. But doing the tags, doing the title, that shit gets annoying. Because I can't just reuse tags, because I react to different people. So I gotta, pull different tags. And doing that makes me hate my life. Like, that's like one of the things, like, I'm always excited to do reactions, but I'm never excited to get behind and do the fucking editing. I'm never excited. I fucking hate that part. And so I would honestly help if I was any good at that shit, but I'm not, because that's why I stay away from it. That I don't have the patience for. I really lack the patience.
So,
my goal is to get big enough, I'm going to hire an editor, but I'm, like, 50,000 away from that shit.
If you want to do that, awesome.
Oh.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I was just reminiscing about the time I edited Shaggy versus Ron.
Bro, what is this, like, like those school, the school fucking stranger danger signs. Like, oh, I didn't see you there. Well, kids, we're gonna warn you about stranger danger. Like, you know, like the school infomercials. Like, what were those films called that the school fucking made? They were low budget. But I don't know why. It's just the way he moved into like his head turned in the frame. I was like, I just got sudden nostalgia from that shit.
Come join me over
That's what I look like in every video.
here.
Because I suck. Okay, let's look at this here. We got Ron middle, Ron full body, Ron full, Ron mid, Ron front PNG. So that's the Nako. See, I look at this shit and I'm like, like SpongeBob. I can't do it. I could never do this. I could not. I don't understand. This is like in a different language to me. I don't understand what's happening. I know this is fucking monitor shit right here. I know that. I know what frames are. I know what display is. I know what trimming is. Everything else, I have no fucking clue.
So, first, let's go over this. This is 24
Disney executive.
layers, including the audio. You'll see things like this all the time. Some things that I couldn't do anything about, like the shitty in the corner from cropping the green screen. And there are a lot of errors here that I couldn't fix for some reason. So I didn't know how to fix this. And you'll see it's just fine here. But in the final battle, for some reason, Shaggy, like in the background, just disappears. You'll notice also
I think I did notice that.
Blue screen edges. I decided that if Joker from Joker versus Pennywise could have blue edges, so could Ron Stoppable. Let's open a different Vegas file. Now this is where I did Monkey Ron. Now let me explain Monkey Ron. So, notice how garbage it kind of looks, right? Like, it's not bad, but it's not good either. So, originally he was supposed to have some blue aura around him, and look at all this shit around him. Look at how bad that looks. So I scrapped it, because there was no way I could fix that without making Ron transparent. For the most part, this had no major issues other than it would lag constantly. Now for Super Shag. Let me explain something about
This shit look like an extra sketch around Ron. I ain't gonna lie, man. It was like this shit looked like an extra sketch, like with the smoke behind him. I don't know what the fuck happened there. I'm with you. Like, what the fuck? What?
these eyes. The eyes took 3 layers. So you have the close-up layer, right? The initial layer that it's on. So you get rid of the close-up layer, you lose some of the glow. But here's the thing. This second layer is a copy of the first one. If you get rid of it, you can see the eyes through the glow. So I had to have 2 layers of each one just to have the eyes work properly. And then this last layer is, you know, the fire and stuff. So that's how I did Super Shag. Let me probably explain the process. So I'll put in the footage. First thing I'll do is I'll pan and crop. I put on a mask so that it only shows the screen. So I'll put on chroma blur. I put on a medium blur because that gets rid of some of the jagged edges that you'll get sometimes when you work with, like, chroma key. Then I put on the chroma key. You know, whatever.
I could never be a rat though, maker. I would never be able to do this shit. I'm lost. I'm lost like a kangaroo in Alaska.
And then color corrector secondary, which is
like I'm trying to keep up.
That wasn't applied most of the time. Most of the time it was just the color correction, and it made Ron look like this instead of my pale sickly self that I looked like before. And then there's this. Shaggy's made him look darker because I wanted him to fit more into the background. I do my subtitles. They generally take me about an hour and a half, depending. I have a preset called default subtitles.
You know what's weird I noticed is I think Matt's natural hair right here would have been a better fit for Shaggy because like it looked like his hair got dark. Like his hair was like a darker color, and Shaggy has very light brown hair. So I think that was the gel. I want to say that was the gel or the lighting, but I think overall it was a good thing because I like the detail that Shaggy, you would believe he's in a darker area than Ron is.
It makes
like it was really immersive.
Subtitles, you see the sans, font size 23.
Look at me talking about like I know what I'm doing.
It has a shadow, no X offset, Y offset of 0.081 and a shadow blur of 50. So
okay.
If copy my subtitles, there you go. Those are the settings I use. I'm sure nobody cares. That's the editing process for Shaggy versus Ron. I'm sorry I couldn't show more. For the next live action battle I edit, I'll, if I remember, record myself editing it. So the costumes. Oh boy, the costumes. Alright.
Now, this is something I know a little bit about because I talked to Matt on Twitter about this. Me and him discussed this. I know where he got the costume. And I know the shoes were a bit of a pain in the ass.
Let me grab these real quick.
That's a Scooby-Doo Funk over there. Or is that Scrappy? I can't tell.
So Shaggy here is deceptively simple. You got this $20 V-neck T-shirt that's officially Scooby-Doo branded because it was part of a costume.
Yep.
These 40
Spirit of Halloween, I think you got it.
corduroy bell bottoms, very, very comfortable. But then you have this $80
Damn, yeah.
pimp shoes, essentially. A costume piece that I bought off of Amazon. Because I found out a while ago that Shaggy actually wears, like, 60s disco platforms to go with his hippie aesthetic. And I wanted to be as accurate to the original version of Shaggy as possible, so I spent $80 on these shoes. Were they worth it? Kind of. The more interesting costume we'll talk about here, though, is Ron. You got your black.
I noticed, Matt, you didn't have no soles in those shoes. Is that why they were uncomfortable? You gotta put some padding in that shit, bro. Put some newspaper in that shit.
Turtleneck sweater.
Got that chain and that turtleneck sweater.
You got rolled up sleeves because you wear short sleeves, but I couldn't find a turtleneck that had short sleeves. And you got the green backpack, which is the reason I had to film Ron on a blue screen. That was a mistake. And the belt. Now this isn't a belt. This is a shoulder strap. You use it for like a military bag. I'm assuming is what this was mostly meant for because it is military gear. But Ron wears a yellow utility belt, and I do not have a yellow utility belt. And I found this one day in our attic, and I thought, hey, maybe this will work as a belt. I thought it worked. Let me know if you guys
I thought it worked.
That'd be awesome. Before I move on, the shoes for Ron are just my everyday shoes, black like Skechers that I bought at Costco. Hair and makeup. So here's the deal. For Shaggy, I just didn't shower for a few days. I'm going to be transparent. Shaggy is a hippie. He most definitely doesn't shower. The only way I was going to get my hair to look like his was to shower. Now,
my hair does that. If my hair does that shit. It darkens. Like, I have a fucked up hair color as is. I have black hair with brown highlights. That's my natural hair. But if something happens, I don't shower for one fucking day. My hair turns black. Don't know why.
oh, the Super Saiyan hair for Shaggy. I sat on my bed for about an hour and a half and put hair gel in it to stick it up. It only semi-worked. I had to bend over every couple minutes and comb it upward to keep it up like Johnny Bravo. Was it worth it? Kinda. Now for Ron, I bleached my hair a while ago to film Nitro Rad for Ryan. For Ron, I re-bleached my hair to make it more blonde throughout, to make it look more natural. For the hair for Monkey Ron, I just put in hairspray and slick my hair back. I was supposed to stick it like slightly upward, spike it up some, but I don't know where my hair gel went, so I just combed it back, and that was good enough for me.
Look good.
No one's gonna care. For the makeup, it wasn't too difficult. All we did was darken my eyebrows and give me freckles as Ron. There was no makeup on Shaggy. Any eye bags you see are just because I slept late and woke up early to film. My biggest regret with any of the hair makeup stuff is that I should have dyed my beard as Shaggy. That's the natural color for my beard, and this is the natural color for my hair. I don't know why my hair comes in brown and my facial hair comes in blonde. It just does. I kind of hate it.
It's a mind
I'm
fuck.
most excited to talk about because this battle had a singular prop from Kim Possible, the Knocko.
And I am stubborn. I couldn't handle my knocko. You're my hero, dude. I know. It's hard to swallow when all you do is follow and never speak your mind. It's like you're
Such a weird fucking texture to it.
Just nachos, meat, and tortilla.
Does that shot look good?
Shoot.
Alright.
Who is that?
I don't want to bite that in. That's good, but it's like... the textures just don't make it.
Bite it again.
Made by my lovely fiance, soon-to-be wife, Alex. It is literally just a tortilla, some homemade tortilla chips, ground beef, and some cheese. That's all it is.
He ate an actual Knocko! Brownie points for righteous! Bully! Bully! Give him the brownie points!
Relatively simple. This battle did have some scrapped ideas. Originally, I wanted Kim Possible and Velma from Scooby-Doo to make cameos. That didn't happen. Because we wouldn't have gotten the costume parts. That was loud. We wouldn't have gotten the costume
I do that
parts
shit.
in time. And so I just decided it would be easier to just move on without them, mention them in passing, and let it go. Another idea I had is that I was going to
Who was gonna play him?
wrap a little like toilet paper tube in green duct tape, put that in my pocket and key that out to be Rufus at one point. That also didn't happen, and I'm kind of glad I decided not to do that because that would have looked really dumb and probably not have worked. Complications. So I touched on this a little bit in the editing clip. Black does not key out well on a blue screen, apparently, or at least it doesn't for me. I had to keep adjusting Ron around, so you couldn't see through his body, but also couldn't see the blue screen around him. And of course, with Shaggy, you have his shoes keying out because it's reflecting off the blue. I forgot to film Shaggy side shots. I forgot to film Shaggy from the side, which was stupid of me, because there were side shots listed in the storyboard that I wrote out. Another complication is that the editing software lagged like hell. The more I added, and the more I did, it caused the editing software, Vegas Pro 18, to lag more and more with each little change that I made. I think that's about all that I have to cover here. If there's anything else you want to see me cover in these behind-the-scenes videos, let me know in the comments.
I want more about the costumes. Like, what made the shoes uncomfortable?
I'm really glad to have gotten this battle out, and I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm guessing if you're here, you enjoyed it. And
I did enjoy it.
And hopefully this is the start to a new epic righteous journey into making battles, and I will enjoy more than I have previously. Thanks for watching, everybody, and remember to stay righteous.
Everybody, go check out the original battle and go check out Epic Rap Battles of Nostalgia. As I said in the previous video, Matt's a really cool fucking guy. Please go check it out because I honestly love this battle and I'm really excited to see the future of this channel. I know at least 1 or 2 battles coming up. I know of at least 1. So you guys really want to stick around, trust me. So and I know from reacting to Ron versus Shaggy, Scarecrow's coming up. So I'm excited to see who he's battling. So thank you all so much for watching. Go check this out for yourselves if you wish. And as always, I will see you in the next one.